The labor movement in this country is experiencing a bit of a resurgence, and Atlanta is no exception. So let's take a look at what's happening here and why it's happening now. My name is Joseph, and this is the Atlanta Journal-Constitution in context. Now, if anything I say sounds interesting and you want to read more, links to all my sources will be right below that like button. Okay, so before we talk about specific unionization efforts, I think it's important we answer the question, why is this happening now? One way labor movements can gain power is through a tight labor market, which most economists define as an unemployment rate under 5%. Because if most people have a job, then it's harder for companies to fire workers, because if they do, it will cost them more time and resources to fill that position. So, with this leverage, workers have the power to ask for better working conditions, raises, and even to unionize. While gas prices are through the roof and inflation is soaring, the unemployment rate is very low. Nationally, the unemployment rate is 3.6%, and here in Metro Atlanta, that number is 2.6%, both well below that 5% number we talked about earlier. So now let's talk about the Starbucks in Ansley Mall, which was the second Starbucks in Atlanta to unionize. The first one was on Howell Mill Road, and the third one in the state to do so. Augusta was the first. In late June, the Ansley Mall Starbucks voted by 11-3 to unionize its workforce. Reportedly, workers at the Ansley Mall store have complained about pay, benefits, and scheduling. Nick Julian, a shift supervisor there, said, quote, "This victory means we no longer face our challenges alone. It means our work has value and we get to negotiate our wages and benefits." Now, in a statement, Starbucks said the workers and the company would be better off, quote, "without a union between us." And a spokesperson said that the conviction has not changed. "We respect our partners' right to organize and are committed to following the NLRB process." Now, for the uninitiated, NLRB stands for National Labor Relations Board, and it's an arm of the executive branch with the mandate to protect private sector employees and improve their working conditions. So part of their job is to oversee union elections to make sure there are no illegal shenanigans. So even with these labor conditions, not every push for unionization ends in success. Take the Apple store in Cumberland Mall, which withdrew its request for an election just a week before the employees were set to vote. If workers had voted to unionize, it would have been the first Apple store ever to do so. The union, the Communication Workers of America, alleges that Apple violated labor laws and intimidated its workers. The union statement reads, quote, "An overwhelming majority of workers at the Cumberland Mall store announced they were forming a union and requested recognition from the company. Since then, Apple has conducted a systemic, sophisticated campaign to intimidate them and interfere with their right to form a union, a behavior that violates U.S. law, the principles of Apple's credo and vendor code of conduct, and international human rights." The Cumberland Mall organizers are asking for more transparency in how workers are paid, a commitment to diversity in management, and increased COVID safety measures for employees. After the election was called off, an Apple spokesperson said, quote, "We are fortunate to have incredible retail team members and deeply value everything they bring to Apple." And shortly after that, Apple announced a $22 per hour minimum wage for all retail store employees. So now we want to hear from you. How do you feel about unions? Do you yourself know of any unionized workplace? Let me know any and all thoughts in that comment section down below. And hey, while you are down there leaving that carefully worded comment, go ahead and press that subscribe button so you never miss a video. Go ahead and share this video with someone who needs to know the context around unions and Atlanta. But as always, my name is Joseph, and this is the Atlanta Journal-Constitution in context.